Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. For today's tutorial, we're going to do this beautiful chocolate gold wrap. Plus, I'm going to show you how to use a mesh stencil on a buttercream cake. Now, we've done this on fondant numerous times, but this time I thought I'd show you how to do it on buttercream. And I learned as I went, like normal. But first, we're going to go ahead and get our cakes buttercreamed, and they're already filled and crumb coated to save time. And what did I use? I used royal and a little bit of black, I believe, is what I used to get this color. I wanted to have some sharp contrast between the gold and the buttercream color. Now we're just going to smooth this down. Now I did notice that when I was smoothing the sides, I did not have my spatula straight up and down. So I had to go back in and fill in the top a little bit. And just pull that outside lip of buttercream into the middle. And actually here is where I am filling in the top, just to get those sides level. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing this, sometimes you don't notice that you have your spatula at an angle, and that's okay. You can just go back in and fix it. And after I get this tier finished, we're gonna put it in the freezer for, actually, let me think. What did I do? I think I actually just put it in the refrigerator because I didn't want condensation while I did the stencil. Yes, that's what I did. So I put it in the refrigerator for probably about 20 minutes just to get it firmed up. And then we're gonna do the same with our bottom tier. Now, something I wanted to bring up that sometimes you will notice when you're using deeper tones in your buttercream, if your cake is chilled before you start, that sometimes it seems like you're getting an uneven color on your buttercream, and that's just because your buttercream is setting up faster. What usually happens is as you let it set, it usually tones itself down to be the same color. So try not to get too worried about that. Now, if you have it in your freezer and you go back in and you try to scrape down some more, sometimes if you remove the upper layers of buttercream a little bit, your colors won't even out, but typically they do. And even if they don't, you know what, who cares? It gives it a little bit extra level of, I don't want to say texture, but visual appeal. So don't stress out about those little things. Now I'm wiping down the board because that's my finishing board. And then I put that in the refrigerator also. And this is how I do the chocolate wrap, guys. I use a piece of acetate. You could try to do this with parchment paper, but I feel like when you transfer it onto the cake, you have a risk of kind of messing with the finish of the chocolate because it might make it kind of sag a little bit. So I like to stick with the acetate, but you can try it with parchment paper or wax paper if you prefer. And then I just melted down some chocolate. This is just chocolate, just regular semi-sweet, I believe I used. Melt it in the microwave, 30-second increments on 50% power until it's all melted together. Then I just cut a small hole in the piping bag, and I just drew lines, basically draw lines. You could cut a smaller hole in the bag if you want smaller, finer details, or even a bigger hole if you want bigger details. And you can see my little stripes of chocolate up above there. That's where I was testing the size of the hole. I like the look I got, but if I do this again, which I'm sure I will, I might want to try a finer line with closer together pattern. I think that would be pretty also. And a trick with this also, when you're piping it out, make sure that all of your lines are connected. That way, you don't get broken lines when you're transferring it onto your cake or when you are removing the acetate after it has set up. So just make sure all of your lines are connected. I suppose you could do just vertical lines. Maybe I'll try that at some point. Just straight vertical lines, which might be kind of hard to get with a piping bag, and then transfer it that way with them not connected. We'll see. That might be an idea for a later date. And I let it set for about, I'm gonna say 5 to 10 minutes. You don't want to let it set so long that it does firm up, because you're gonna crack it when you transfer it. But you don't want it to drip off the cake. So kind of touch it. And if it's still a little soft, but a little bit, getting a little firmer, go ahead and transfer it. And I don't know if I mentioned, I just used gold luster dust on the acetate sheet. I just used a fluffy brush to disperse it, and it's not going to look like you have a lot, but you do have enough. And this is where, okay, I'm going to show you where I made a mistake, guys. Like I said, this is my first time doing a mesh stencil on buttercream. And you can see right there, I tried this 3 times. I want to show you one of the first ones, it didn't work. So what I did was I put a little shortening on the back of the stencil before I applied it onto the cake. Now your cake needs to be chilled, like I said. And what I'm using is a mix of luster dust and piping gel and a little Everclear. Get it to a consistency where you can spread it with your brush. I prefer the brush for this because, I don't know, you can kind of get in the nooks and the crannies a little bit better. On a mesh stencil, it's more flexible. So I kind of like to use a brush better and just kind of remove as much of the excess as you can. And you can see that top piece I don't have on the cake because I wrapped it around kind of onto the top after I did this piece. See there, you can see it did work. I'm going to put it on the top, and so that it kind of looks like the little cascade of flowers wrapped around the top of the cake. There we go. See, it worked. So just a little shortening on the back of the stencil gets it to stick, but does not hamper the transfer of the gold and the stencil onto the cake. Now you could remove that bad stencil on the back, but you know, since this is for demo purposes, I just left it there because you're not really gonna see it. I didn't want to hide that it's there. I wanted you guys to learn from my mistake. And now that this chocolate has set up, I put it in the refrigerator until I could remove a little piece and the chocolate stayed on the cake and not on the stencil. Isn't that pretty how that gold transfers on there? I absolutely love that. And then we're just gonna stick our straws in for our support. I use bubble tea straws, or thick milkshake straws will work too. I see some people using paper straws. I don't know. For me, I feel like the paper's gonna soak up the moisture from the cake, and that makes me nervous just because I used lollipop sticks when I was first starting once, and it did not work because they got soft. So that was probably the first cake I ever did, but it didn't work for me for that. So I stick with the plastic. And just cut them all level to the top of the cake, add a little buttercream in between, and then just transfer your top to your on. Now you do have those pieces that are sticking up. You could put the wrap on after you assemble the cake, but I'm just used to doing the details first and then assembling. But that's why I used a skewer down the middle so that I could kind of use that to help guide the cake. And I like to put a skewer through. Ignore that bad spot. Remember, I'm admitting that happened. You can just, if you use a sharpened skewer, you can just shove it down into your cake, and that's your support, your central dowel. Just make sure that you cut it to the right height. And then I'm just using these silk flowers. Sorry you can't really see the top. It's kind of hard sometimes to keep things in focus with my new camera and still be able to pull the camera far enough away that you see all the details without it going fuzzy on you because it wants to focus on other things. But that's okay. There you see the entire project all done. Hope you liked it. I had a lot of fun doing this. It's a very actually simple technique with a big bang at the end. So I hope you give it a try, and we'll catch you next time, guys.
So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video. And if you'd like to watch some other videos, go ahead and click on the link to one of these other videos shown here. And if you would like to check out my other social media, I am on Facebook and Instagram under the same name, Sophisticakes by Mary. And please take the time to share, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload another video. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you on the next tutorial.